protein bars, protein coffee, protein biscuits, protein water, protein desserts. Today, everything has become high protein, and the moment people see this label, they think, okay, this must be healthy. But here's the real question: are these protein products actually helping your health and fat loss? Or are companies using the word protein to make you buy expensive processed food? Because protein is important, no doubt, but protein marketing has gone completely out of control. So today, let's understand what they don't tell you about protein. First, why does your body need protein? Think of your body like a house. Protein is like the bricks and repair material. Your body uses protein to build and repair muscles, skin, bones, enzymes, hormones, immune cells, and many other tissues. If you don't train and eat properly, this age-related muscle loss is called sarcopenia. And this is one big reason why people become weaker with age, struggle with stairs, lose balance, and start feeling older than they actually are. That is why I keep telling my clients, your goal is not only weight loss, your goal is fat loss with muscle protection. One of our clients in his 30s came to us eating mostly tea, toast, poha, rice, dal, and some vegetables. His calories were not very high, but his protein was very low. He was losing weight earlier, but he was also losing strength and feeling tired. We did not give him any extreme diet. We simply added protein to every meal. Curd or eggs in breakfast, paneer, dal, chicken, fish, tofu, or soya in lunch and dinner, and a protein snack when needed. Within a few weeks, his hunger reduced, his strength improved, and his weight started reducing because now his body was not just losing weight, it was improving body composition. Now, how much protein do you actually need? For a normal healthy adult with minimal physical activity, the basic recommended intake is around 0.8 grams per kg of body weight per day. So if someone is 70 kg, that comes to around 56 grams per day as a basic minimum. But please understand this, minimum is not always optimal. If you are above 40 trying to lose fat, doing strength training, or trying to protect muscle, your needs may be higher. For older adults, expert recommendations often suggest around 1 to 1.2 grams per kg body weight per day, along with physical activity and resistance training when possible. And if you are doing proper resistance training, research shows protein intake around 1.6 grams per kg per day can support better muscle and strength gains, while going much higher may not add extra benefits for most people. So for many active people, a practical range is 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kg of body weight, not 300 grams, not unlimited chicken, not 6 scoops of whey. More is not better, better is better. Now the second thing they don't tell you is that all protein foods are not equal. Animal proteins like eggs, milk, curd, paneer, chicken, fish, and whey usually contain all essential amino acids in good amounts. Essential amino acids are the building blocks your body cannot make it by yourself, so you must get them from food. Plant proteins like dal, rajma, chana, sprouts, tofu, soya, peanuts, nuts, seeds, and grains are all useful, but some may be lower in certain amino acids. That does not mean vegetarian protein is useless. It just means you need variety. For example, dal with rice, roti with curd, chana with curd, rajma with rice, soya with vegetables, paneer or tofu with roti, sprouts with curd. Indian food already has many smart combinations. You don't need to copy Western fitness diets. You just need to build your plate properly. Now let's talk about the biggest trap: high protein packaged food. A protein bar may say 20 grams per protein on the front, but when you turn the packet, you may also find sugar alcohols, refined oils, artificial sweeteners, fillers, preservatives, and high calories. Some protein cookies are still cookies. Some protein chips are still chips. Some high protein desserts are still desserts. Just because protein is added does not make it healthy. This is called health halo. One good word on the packet makes the whole food look healthy, but your body does not read the front label. Your body responds to full nutrition: calories, sugar, fiber, protein quality, ingredients, portion size. So before buying any protein product, ask three questions. Number one, how much protein am I actually getting? Number two, how many calories are coming with it? Number three, is this helping my diet or just replacing one junk food with another expensive junk food? For example, if you want protein, curd, eggs, paneer, dal, chicken, fish, tofu, or whey may be cheaper and cleaner options than a fancy protein brownie. Now, does this mean protein supplements are bad? No. Whey protein is not bad. They are tools. If you are traveling, busy, vegetarian, unable to hit protein, or you need something quick after a workout, whey protein can be very useful. But if your normal food is poor and you are only adding protein bars on top, that is not a fitness plan. That is marketing. First, fix your meals, then use supplements if needed. Now, can eating too much protein be harmful? For most healthy people, moderate high protein diets are generally well tolerated. But if you already have kidney disease or medical issues, you should not randomly increase protein without medical guidance. Also, too much protein can create a different problem. It can push out other important foods. If your full diet becomes only chicken, eggs, paneer, and whey, where are your vegetables? Where is your fiber? Where is your fruits? Where are your healthy carbs? Where are your micronutrients? Fat loss and health need balance. Protein is important, but protein is not the whole diet. So here's the simple rule. In every meal, add one protein source. Breakfast can be eggs, curd, paneer, sprouts, tofu, Greek yogurt, or whey. Lunch, dal plus curd, chicken, fish, paneer, tofu, soya, rajma, or chana. Dinner, keep it similar, but keep portions balanced. Snack, roasted chana, Greek yogurt, boiled eggs, paneer cubes, or a protein shake if needed. This is much better than eating low protein meals the whole day and then depending on one protein bar at the night. So remember this, protein is powerful, but protein marketing is not always honest. You don't need to buy every high protein product. You need enough protein, good quality protein, strength training, daily movements, and a balanced diet. Because protein alone does not build muscle. Protein plus strength training builds muscle. Protein alone does not burn belly fat. Protein plus calorie control, walking, sleep, and consistency helps fat loss. And if you're above 35 or 40, struggling with belly fat, low energy, poor strength, cravings, or don't know how much protein you actually need, then watch my short video training at chimpanzee.com. You will understand how our 12-week lean body program helps busy professionals lose inches, build strength, improve energy, and get lean without extreme dieting. So don't fall for every protein label. Build a smarter plate. That is where real results start. I'm Coach Payas, and I'll see you in the next one.